What is good, everybody? It is time for my summer 2022 anime retrospective. And yeah, I'm going to be giving some quick thoughts about some of the shows I ended up watching during the season, and I'm pretty excited to do so. But just want to let you know that it's not going to be super detailed and not very super spoilery. I try not to do that, okay? But yeah, if you want to hear my quick thoughts, here they are. You can check out my scores on Mal, because I do have that. Just look up Blipmaster5. You'll be able to find me that way. But anyway, so I'm just going off of Mal right now, to remind myself of everything that was released to make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, so starting off with Classroom of the Elite Season 2. Boy, I did not expect it to start off immediately with another test. Like, they're on the on the ship. I was like, oh, they're right into it. And then it just got to more tests, more quick wits, and more mind games. Finding out the motivation behind one of the people who we know is just kind of has already been a shady character was very disappointing to find out what her motivation was, but it is what it is. It's still interesting to see how they continue to try and deal with this classmate. But yeah, pretty cool. Fun season in general. Just seeing how manipulative Ayano Kanji is going to continue to be throughout this whole series has been a blast to find out. And I know that a lot of people find it to be trash, but I just have fun with it. So yeah, good stuff. Digs it. Up next, Overlord Season 4. Can you believe there's a Season 4? Yeah. Another one where is like a lot of mind games. Interesting to see how they continued the story and getting some of the other nations involved and seeing just the war that it eventually comes down to. It was really fun, and I'm really curious to see how this develops, especially since it seems like he may have, Ainz may have encountered another player, someone who's actually strong enough to actually give him a challenge, and that was really, really cool. And I'm just looking forward to see how this continues to develop in this world. Like, if they continue to make anime for it, I'm going to be watching, because Overlord is just fun. It's just really fun like that. Now, next up, we got Rent a Girlfriend, and yeah, another show people call trash. You shouldn't watch it. It's such a trash show. The characters are terrible, but to me, I find the relationships that they all have with Kazuya is like super endearing, man. Well, other than Mommy and I could deal without that one. That's the one that's a little much. And then I can't remember her name at the moment, but the younger girl, is it Ruka? Maybe? Like her feelings for Kazuya is a little much at times, especially even in this season. But still, the way they fight for the feelings and it was still really nice from her end. The way the relationship with Chizuru is also really nice as well. Like, there's so many interesting things, and seeing how it's continuing to develop, and even just some big news that was dropped, and seeing how that even affected how they felt and with the keeping up the facade was very interesting. So it's very nice. And also, I'm just like, when are they gonna just realize that they should probably just be together? I like that feeling. So I quite enjoyed it. The next show that I'll end up talking to you guys about is going to be Licorice Recoil, this lovely original show. Oh my gosh, I loved this because, the characters in this, awesome. The action in it, awesome. Illogical at times, but it's so freaking cool. It's just like some of the reviews I've seen online about the show is kind of like John Wick the anime with cute girls, and I thought it was really, really cool. And yeah, if they decide to do more with it, even though I don't think that they will, I would be very happy. But the way they left it off is perfect to me. They get to continue to live on lives, and I digs it. And the next show I'll be talking to you guys about is my stepsister is my ex. I believe that's the English translation, because on Mal it just has the Japanese titles. But yeah, this show, very, very cute. Is kind of another will they won't they, but with a very strange kind of dilemma they have, because now they're step siblings. They're technically not related, but it's still kind of a taboo that is the draw to a lot of people. But still, overall, it's really fun to see them kind of like try to get along, even though they kind of got upset with each other after breaking up, yet they still can't get over their past relationship, and seeing some of them try to move on and how that affects them. It's very interesting. I liked it. It was fun to watch. Even if it's not, as fun of the mind games that are played in like Kaguya-sama. The next show, I keep on wanting to say track because I do so much music reviews. The next show I want to talk briefly about is what is it? Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. I think that's how it goes. Yeah, this is softcore. It's straight up softcore. Just saying it. But outside of that, like the world that they created, the system that it works upon, since it's an isekai, is actually super interesting. And I kind of was fine. Like, even there's a whole episode where there definitely wasn't that, softcore element involved at all. And it was super interesting. Like, the world that they built was super dope. I mean, the guy definitely had no qualms about, like, killing people to, get the funds to buy himself a slave. But, other than that, like, it was actually really interesting. Like, the world they have in this world is dope. It's dope. And that's the thing that's been it's the most interesting to me in the myriads of of isekai anime there are. Like, if they isekai themselves into video games, it's fun kind of figuring out how the systems work and how the world is laid out. If it's detailed enough, and if it's actually a cool system that I wouldn't mind trying to figure out if I were to play it myself. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. Engage Kiss. Alright, so this show, another original, thought it was very interesting, and then it just kind of got a little bonkers towards like the last half, but the action was still super entertaining, but the story just was kind of like, it ended up becoming kind of a little meh. But still fun and entertaining to watch regardless, and so that's why I can watch it all the way to the end. Up next, want to talk about, oh my goodness, this one, the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, I think is the English title. Let me just double check. I really want to make sure I get this title correct because I liked it that much that I need to give it respect. This show was so freaking sweet. So freaking sweet. And it also dealt with some like hard-hitting topics that I didn't think they would, like dealing with parents being in a coma, the violence that you know, a person in the Yakuza would come across, and how that would affect raising a young girl, and yeah, it was really, really sweet. And just seeing how, you know, him, this super violent man, you know, being softened by taking care of a young girl, trying to grow up and you know, live just a normal life, it was so sweet. Like, it touched my heart every single week watching it. I loved the show. Amazing. Up next, want to end up talking about Black Summoner, another isekai with a really cool system. They ended up doing a bunch of different fights that I didn't expect them to do so much of. Like, I feel like they probably could have slowed the season down and really explored some of the sections, but even though with the quick pace it was going, I didn't feel like it was like so fast that I couldn't keep up or anything. So it was still very entertaining, fun to see how, you know, they all kind of get along with all the new party members he ends up getting, and how the world works with the different politics and all that good stuff, and with the heroes party, and how that changes things politically, and also just the power system and all that. So yeah, really fun show to watch. Just a nice easygoing action isekai, so dug that. What do we got next? I did try to start watching Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, but ended up dropping that about it was like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I was just like, I can't keep up with this anymore. It keeps putting me to sleep. Shine On, I want to come back to, because I got about the same amount of time in as Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Got like 4 or 5 episodes in. I thought it was pretty interesting, you know, like, but I felt I would probably get through it a lot easier if I had binged it. So I was like, I'll just come back to this when it's over and just kind of watch the rest of it all in one go. But just to see kind of like how the swords get powered with the souls of the samurai who had it before, and these people who aren't samurai kind of taking up their arms to be kind of like the new kind of like almost like samurai for the government or whatever, was pretty cool. So very interesting idea. Just haven't got to finish it, so I'm going to go back to do that. Unlike Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, I'm just dropping that completely. Moving on to this fall, shows that I'm definitely watching right now. Chainsaw Man. So far, so good. Spy Family Part 2. So far, so good. We got the new doggy, Bond. Mob Psycho 100. Season 3. So far, so good. My Hero Academia, Season 6. Can you believe we're actually 6 seasons in? We are now doing the war against the Paranormal Liberation Army League, whatever they're called. So far, so fun. What else do we got? Eventually, I'm gonna get into watching Golden Kamuy, but I'm gonna have to watch it dubbed. I've watched all the other seasons dubbed. I tried to start watching the newest season subbed because then I saw the new episodes were up, and then I was like, Oh, I can't do it this time. Usually I can go ahead and make the switch, because I made that switch with like My Hero Academia. There's a couple other shows that I went ahead and made the switch with, but this time I was like, these voices aren't not doing it for me. So yeah. What is it called? Uzaki-chan, the knowing the senpai. What's it called? Oh, Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Season 2. Gonna watch that probably at the closer to the end of the season and just binge that one. I'm not sure where Reincarnated as a Sword is playing, so if you guys know, let me know. I want to watch that one. Shinobi no Itoki, definitely watching that. So far that's pretty fun, seeing kind of like a different take on modern day ninjas, so that's pretty fun. Reincarnated as the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. That one is actually really another really sweet one, and also it's been interesting to see some of the politics in that as well. So yeah, really cool. Curious how that's going to develop, as certain plot points in the Otome game she got reincarnated just always happen no matter what. So curious to see how that will develop as we continue to go on. Beast Tamer has been pretty fun to find out, how that's turning out with the Beast Tamer who everyone thought was weak is actually OP. So that's been a fun watch. Let's see. I'll probably will end up watching Pop Team Epic Season 2 once that gets closer to the end of its season as well, because the first season was fun to watch. I ended up watching the Reincarnated as okay. I got reincarnated as a spider or whatever it's called. That was actually super cool, and I'm happy I was finally able to watch that. So yeah, really thought the leveling up system was really cool in that, and then also trying to figure out, oh snap, there's actually showing two different kind of timelines and then seeing where they converge towards the end was really dope. I'm actually finally now watching Tower of God, and that's pretty fun. I'm only like halfway through, but so far it's pretty fun. And what else? What else can I say? I think that pretty much covers everything. But hopefully, you guys can tell me what you guys thought of the past season, the summer 2022. Yeah, like I said, you can always check my Mal list. Look me up, Blipmaster5 on myanimelist.net. And yeah, you can see the scores I gave all of these, and hopefully we can enjoy this new season that's stacked with all kinds of wonderful goodies. Last thing I'll end up mentioning is the Patreon I have. There, I got dance practice reactions, performance reactions, cover reactions of a bunch of K-pop like stuff. Sometimes I do some other vlog like stuff there as well. But yeah, if you'd like to support small creators, that's one way you can do it. You can also support the leader of the blog. That is, if you're watching this on Muddy Cult, then you can support the leader of the Madhouse by looking up Muddy Cult Miko on Patreon, and she'd appreciate the support as well. But until next time, y'all, much love, peace, thanks.